Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Christine. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, just kind of taking some personal time and enjoying my own spring break. But here we are. It is time to do some planting. So it is Memorial Day weekend and I'm ready to join the chaos. Everybody else is going to be doing some planting as well. So I'm headed off to Home Depot to get my starts for the season. We're home a little bit later than normal, so I'm unable to start with seeds. So I just thought I'd bring you with and show you what we're going to put in. So come on with. Okay, here we go. We're just getting ready to head in, buy all the plants. And my goal is to get my herbs, my Super Sweet 100 tomatoes, and a few pepper plants. So as soon as I find something, I'll let you know here. I try to get organic if I can. Not really into the super hot peppers, but we really like our jalapenos. So I'll be looking for those. So I am going to do some oregano, which is exciting. I think I'm just gonna grab a couple. I'm gonna do oregano, and then not sure about rosemary, but we like our thyme. And the last time I did the lemon thyme, so let's do that again. I really liked that. Like a nice looking plant here. So lemon thyme. Okay, I found my mint. Oops, I'm not getting mint this year because I have my own plant. But let's get some, it's a little bit different of a basil. You smell it. It still smells good. I've never really heard of this type because here's regular. But let's give this a try. Oh, I found my lavender that I'd like to grab. So let me find a good one. This one looks pretty good. It's got a lot happening on that one. I think I'm gonna grab that one. And that's an early blue lavender. I don't know. This one looks really good too. Try not to be too picky about it because it'll end up growing anyways. But yeah, let me grab that lavender. That looks good. Okay, looks like I found my jalapenos that I'm looking for. And they have a sale, so I'm just gonna grab 3 plants. Don't want to mix them up with those ones. There we go. Okay, I found my Super Sweet 100s. They just grow the best, and we literally get thousands and thousands of tomatoes off of these. So I will be getting probably a pack of 6 of these, but we'll see. Maybe 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see what we're gonna grab here. Okay, I decided to grab 6 of the Super Sweet 100s. We just love them that much. So I think I'm just about there. I just did my jalapenos, my lavender, basil, thyme, and oregano. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. So let's get to checkout and get back so then we can run and grab the soil. Okay, I have my helper with. So this is what we're going to be getting for the garden bed. The potting mix specifically for raised garden beds. So we're planning on getting, I want to say 6 bags. Okay, there we go. Last one in. So we got 6 bags plus some marigolds to help with bugs and such. So we're gonna get home and get the soil into the garden beds, and then we'll do some planting tomorrow. There we go. So this is ready for, I'm going to be doing my tomatoes on this side, and then the peppers and such on this side. And then we're gonna do our herb garden over here. Again, we're condensing some pots. So we're gonna get rid of these, and we're just going down to these 4. So I thought that would be nice, and it's right by our rain barrels. So there we go. I'll check back in once everything is planted, but it's just such a beautiful day and neighbors are outside playing and such. But we're gonna get this planted and start our gardening season. So I'll show you as soon as everything's done planted. Good morning. Here we are the next morning, and I've just kind of got everything where I wanted. I'll be planting the marigolds all around both of the edges, just for like to help with bugs and with germination, etc. And then I grabbed my garden beans that I'll be planting from seed. So right now I've got my jalapenos right here. I'll be putting my beans in the empty space. And like I said, I'll do the marigolds, and then I'm gonna keep it simple this year. I'm just doing my 6 pots of the Super Sweet 100s, and we just love those so much. And then over on the other side here, I'm keeping it simple for my herb garden as well. And I'm just doing 1 herb per raised garden bed. So I'm gonna try to overwinter them this year, keep the roots, and then just every year, then they can just kind of keep coming up. So I just thought I'd show you, I'm trying to do this while it's overcast and not so like boiling hot. It's fairly early morning, so I'm going to get to getting and get these things planted. And we're just going to kind of tickle the ends just to break up that root ball a little bit. Okay, and then here we go with the beans. I actually like to plant like 2 in each hole. And I'm just gonna do finger holes, and I probably like at least 4 plants. And so you're actually supposed to bury it about 1 inch or so, and 6 inches apart. So it is pot friendly, but I'm just gonna utilize this part of my garden here. So I've kind of deviated and distinguished where I want my marigolds, just to kind of split the garden in half. And so I'm gonna be planting over on this side here. And I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of make a little bit of a hole with my finger down to like knuckle and drop 2 seeds in. And then rebury. And so 1, probably about here. Just kind of keep it simple. Couple seeds. And then we're gonna water these like crazy. And then over here. And over on the side here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've got them all placed out. I took everything off the containers, and let's get to digging these in. Like I said, I'm kind of putting the marigolds in between. I'm putting a double on this end and at the far end, and that just helps with germination and such. Woo! Got some wasp action here, so don't mind if I jump away. And then I'm just tickling the bottom like before. And then I like to bury it as far up as I can. So I'm just gonna pluck these first few off, because all these little hairs are part of the plant that it really helps to sturdy it up. And I'm gonna bury it pretty deep. There we go. And this is a determinate type tomato, meaning that the tomatoes only get so big. And I normally would do some picking of the suckers, which are the ones that are in between. So for instance, let's see, anybody have any suckers here? Oh yeah, right here. So normally I would pick the suckers off, which are these little sprouts right here, but I guess they actually help the plant when it's a determinate type tomato. So I'm going to do a test this year and just leave the suckers on, and it's supposed to produce more fruit, so more veggies, so which is exciting. So I'm going to go through and take off these lower ones again and just bury it as deep as I can. And then eventually when these get a little bit bigger, I'm going to be putting some cages on them. Okay, so there we go. We've got them all planted in with the marigolds just around. And then I usually like to keep one so that I can just read about it. You know, it's full sun. Fruit size is 1 ounce, so they're just the little ones. And if you ever saw any of my other gardening videos from last year or the year before, these are literally our absolute favorites that we just love to grow and hand out and eat, and it's so fun. So if you ever get the Super Sweet 100s, but like I said, I'm really excited to not do the suckers. So this one's kind of looking a little funny, so I'm going to peel that one off. But I'm going to switch over to my herbs now, and then get those planted, and then we'll give everything a good water. Okay, here we are, and first one I'm going to plant is basil, and it's just kind of the same thing. I am trying to simplify our garden, and we ended up inheriting a couple more of the exact same bins. So I'm just going to utilize them, and like I said, I'm going to try to overwinter these to keep the roots and everything, so that I don't have to buy them every year. And we're going to give it a try this year. So here's my basil, one of my favorite smelling. I can just like smell it from here. And then move over to, we're doing Greek oregano. Give that a plant. I don't know about you, but what are you guys growing in your gardens this year? I'm growing the stuff that we use and eat. So I usually end up making my own Italian seasoning. So here's thyme. This is lemon thyme, actually. It's one of my favorites. And then this way they each all just have their own space to grow and do their thing. And then my lavender is back here. And I bought a little bit bigger of a lavender just to give her a head start. We'll see how she does. Having issues with a few ants, so we'll see how it goes over here. All right, let's get watering everything. So there we go. The garden season 2026 is officially off to a head start. And again, we planted just regular jalapenos, 3 plants, and then I did 4 garden beans, which I did by seed. So we'll see some action coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And those are right there in that blank spot. And then we did 6 Super Sweet 100s. They're just our favorite tomato of all time. I know they're not really like canning or paste tomatoes, but these are the ones that we eat all the time. So this year we're just keeping it simple. And then over on the other side, I am downsizing my little garden, my herb garden, to just simplifying it to 4 different planter boxes. And I'm gonna try to overwinter them this year, which is exciting. So we've got thyme, lemon thyme in the first one, and then we have oregano and basil, and then in the back is my lavender, which I love to put on my table and smell good. So thanks for stopping by my little channel, and I appreciate you stopping by. And if you like videos like this, I do gardening, dehydrating, baking, cooking, kind of real simple recipes and such. Hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless.